Ezra Klein has had a significant fall from grace in my book, at least. I've always said he's like a well-intentioned liberal guy, and I don't really mind him as much. I know a lot of people have a lot of smoke for abundance and the abundists. I don't necessarily care that much. I think it's just another rehash, like repackaged third way neoliberal attitude, the public-private partnership, all this stuff. But recently, especially post Charlie Kirk, he's just been so annoying to me. I
completely agree with you. I always liked him, but I wasn't an avid follower. But the abundant stuff, I think it has a tinge of arrogant messaging to it. There's just the way it's branded and the way he presents it. I don't know that it's very good messaging for where we are right now. And maybe some of the principles in it are okay. But the Charlie Kirk thing is just the biggest capitulation.
He's doing politics the right way. I couldn't believe it.
It was just such a face plant.
On the New York Times, you're like the most prominent liberal author in the country right now. Like, he is the champion of liberals. And he goes on the Gray Lady, the paper of record, and writes about Charlie Kirk in that way. I could not believe it.
It was revisionist history. It was such a face plant. I couldn't believe it either. I thought, could you not have slept on that a couple of nights?
Yeah.
But it was like this race to come out. And I think, again, a lot of the way they've handled the Charlie Kirk memorializing him is going to have a lot of backlash. This Christian nationalism, even within the Republican Party. I live in a super, super, super Jesus-y state. And they're like the ruling class of the people that have like the money in Oklahoma, the oil and gas guys. They're Christians, but there's a whole thing where people within the Christian movement look down on Bible thumpers. Mm-hmm. And that Trump is coming out so hard Bible thumping, and they've got those girls. Have you seen the video where they're talking in tongues and praying? Oh my God, you guys find it, where they're talking in tongues and praying before they walk into the White House.
Well, Trump's like main spiritual advisor is a lady that does that. Like, there was a video of her doing that. Like, the angels are coming. The angels are coming. Hakuma mama ta 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 ta. Like, she was like, I forget what her name is, but like,
Paula.
She's a real, Paula White.
Isn't that it? Paula White?
Yeah, she's a real.
She's a grifter too. She sells so she has some racket where she's selling like a prayer or like a gift from an angel or something, like currently right now.
A group of Trump's faith office praying.
Yeah, look, they start talking in tongues.
Right now, Lord, from the east, the west, the north, and the south, you will shake America with your power and your glory. We cancel every assignment of the enemy. This nation was birthed to be one nation under God. And we are standing on the soil of the White House. And we are declaring your word. Every place that our foot will trod, you will give it to us. And we are taking the land. We thank you, oh Lord. You have
quick, get some curses going. Apparently that's the only thing that cancels out Jesus, it seems, according to Megyn Kelly.
Brought us to the kingdom for a time such as this. And this is the time.
They're going to take it seriously. We're like, he issued prominent socialist terrorist critic Hasan Piker issues curse threat. Like, I'm not being sincere.
Is this not nuts though?
Yeah.
Like this, it's 2025 and the fastest growing religion has recently been the nuns. Like when they poll people, what religion are you? It's none. That's been the fastest.
None.
growing.
Okay, I thought you meant like nuns
No,
in the church.
not the nuns wearing habits, but NONE. Yeah. And now with that happening, you have tongue talkers. Like, this was just a couple months ago, and they're out there talking in tongues, videoing it, and then posting it on the internet.
No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what this is for. Okay, they know that as long as they can maintain the nutters, like, they have like a base, and that is the most easily persuadable base of all time. They're stupid. And they can just like completely keep them captive, right? As long as they just like offer a little bit of red meat here and there. And basically, the reason why they have to do that is the same principle why they're doing the mass deportation regime, even though there's been a lot of pushback against it, even from, like you said, Trump's base of support.
Right.
because people don't like it. People don't, when they experience it, they don't like it. When they see, you know, their own workers get deported, they don't like it. And basically, they have to do this because they're not going to make prices low. They're just not. They don't have any investment in that. They don't have any business doing that. They didn't run to do that. They lied about it. They're not going to stop Israel. They're not going to make groceries cheaper. They're not going to make housing cheaper. Trump's a developer himself. So obviously they have to keep egging on the culture war so that they don't have to identify or solve any of the class issues. And that's precisely why they're just like keep upping the intensity. And the real reason I think why the base will eventually unwind is because more and more people are going to start realizing like, okay, dude, you banned trans people, but like my rent still sucks. You know what I mean? My landlord's still raising my rent. Turns out that didn't do shit for me.
Right.
And this happened under Trump 1, and it will inevitably happen. I mean, it's already happening under Trump 2 as well, where people look around and they go, okay, we're punishing the libs, but I don't feel satisfied. My pockets are still hurting. And as long as they don't fix the economy, and as long as there is no like, as long as they can't even like create an environment of hope and change for their base, slowly but surely, these people are either going to go back to not voting and just like seep in their resentment, or they're going to get grossed out and maybe even vote for the opposition. As long as the opposition can say, he's not doing it for you, I will.
Right.
Problem is Democrats are not doing that. So they're basically relying on liberals being incompetent and inept and scared to maintain their grip of power. I worry that with this base, if they can like tune them up and gear them up, if they can galvanize them enough, I fear that they're just going to not have elections at all.
Well, you have on the other screen right there that Supreme Court ruling, and this is where it gets really foreboding to me.
Yeah.
Because why are these people not checking him?
Yeah.
Why are they abdicating their power to him? And I have this really horrible feeling. A lot of those 6, they're all hardcore religious nuts. And they've all been groomed by people that want a Christian nationalist nation. And they've been crazy ambitious about this long before Trump ever entered.
The Federalist Society.
Yeah, and all of those judges are groomed for this, and they don't give a that the messenger is a complete dementia-ridden twat. They have him and this shadow docket, and I think they've given him 20 wins and only 2 losses on the shadow docket, and this just came out.
Yeah, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 to allow Trump's pocket recession of $4 billion in foreign aid funding, ruling that it's unlikely the group suing have standing to pursue the claim and that Trump's foreign policy power outweighs their purported harms. That's what I'm really fearful of. I'm worried that they're just gonna move. Like first, they started with immigrants on the freedom of speech side. Like in order to tackle it, they masked it under combating anti-Semitism, and there's a lot of liberal advocacy groups that are deeply embedded in the Democratic Party that present themselves as Jewish advocacy groups, but are actually Israel advocacy groups. And therefore, there's not a lot of pushback from the Dems on this like anti-Semitism combating initiative. And they're doing it through immigration enforcement, which is unilateral power in the hands of the executive on that front. And that's why they went after like Mahmoud Khalil, Mohsen Mahdawi, and numerous other people. And slowly but surely, that's going to creep into American citizens as well. And I worry that it's going to be a Supreme Court case that basically erodes, like shreds the First Amendment, first for non-citizens and then inevitably for American citizens as well.
Yeah.
And then it's over. I mean, after that, it's done.
And I think that, when you look at authoritarian regimes, they look quickly to consolidate power so they never have to give it up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've looked into like, okay, so let's say that the court collapses and lets him consolidate power. Then there's this whole theory that I've read about lightly online. I haven't dug deep into, and it's called a soft secession. Have you heard of this?
What, like other states pulling out?
So it's like there would be a
balkanization.
There already is a pact between Washington, Oregon, and California.
The vaccine pack, the Pacific Northwest, and then the Northeast.
That kind of sets the groundwork that they would be a part of the union, but they wouldn't cooperate with federal law and would withhold federal taxpayer money. And the same with like an East. And then all of these flyover states would be this Christian nationalist type thing. And again, it's not that hyperbolic to start looking ahead of that, because the shadow docket was rarely ever used, ever. And just in 8 months, they've given Trump 20 big victories, really, really big victories. They have signaled that, like, we're going to do this. And when you look at the groups, the billionaires, Christian nationalist billionaires that have groomed and picked these people long when Trump was just, you know, on a reality TV star, they were waiting for this moment to do this. And that's where you just get overwhelmed.
The charisma. He is the singular force. Because if Trump goes away, I don't think JD Vance is capable of, like, he's much more competent than Donald Trump is, but he's not capable of holding the base together. Especially
if Trump dies or has a stroke.
Yeah.
While he's in power, that's the cannibalizing that would happen with the right. They're already doing it with the Charlie Kirk thing. The whole thing would fall apart. The entire MAGA movement would fall apart.
I'm more worried about that happening, and then JD Vance automatically becomes president, because I don't think JD Vance actually wins the presidency, but I do think that if he actually were to go through the normal succession of power, then we're in deep trouble, because then it's like the Peter Thiel guys, because Palantir's tentacles are all over the federal government apparatus. Like they already got ICE contracts. They already have all of the information of every single American. They already have like AI scouring the internet. And then, you know, we're under the rulership of Peter Thiel and the Silicon Valley tech CEOs. That's when like the Sam Altmans of the world don't have to worry about like gay people at all, because they've completely, they've done like a soft coup almost. But this guy, Dimi Ryder, he is the founder of 972 magazine, and he's Israeli, so he knows the American future better than many others, says, ICE will keep pushing the envelope right up until Stephen Miller concocts something like political migration, arguing, I don't know, that cultural Marxism is so alien to the United States that propagating it amounts to invasion, so ICE can start abducting third-generation Americans too. I totally trust him when he says this. 972 magazine is really good. They're an Israeli investigative magazine that actually got Microsoft to no longer allow Israel to use the Azure cloud software because of their collaborative investigation with DropSite. And he knows growing fascism perhaps better than many Americans do, because he's living through it in Israel. So I can totally see him. I can totally see this administration trying to move in that direction. Did I say Azure wrong? Isn't it Azure? Is it Azure? It's Azure, right? Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it is a terrifying future awaits for sure, no matter what we do.